And we are live. Money. Of course, I got my right hand man with me, Steve-O.
Yep.
Headbanger.
It's good, Moss.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of tight right now. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna let my feelings on my shoulder. The Sixers are simply killing me.
It's the Sixers, man.
Killing me.
I always tell you.
Yeah, man. So the homie Steve-O told me to leave them alone, man. But I just can't help it. They stink. Like, I root for the Sixers. I want to see the Sixers win, but not when I got money on the line, bro. They killed me.
Yeah, they just one of those teams, man. You never know what they're going to do. They're too inconsistent. So it's like 1 minute. I mean, they're bad, but they cover a lot. So
Yo, they have 11 wins. They're terrible.
Yeah.
But of course, I bet them in the middle of a quote-unquote hot streak. So they've won 3 in a row. This is the first time they won 3 in a row in 3 or 4 years. And, of course, I bet money, a good amount of money on them. So got to take the L today, even though the Sixers won. I do want to shout out the Sixers, but I really don't. But, yeah, shout out the Sixers for the win tonight, man. We're going to get into a little more Sixers news later.
Right.
Shout out to a couple people on the Facebook Live. Thank you for joining on this lovely night. Let's get right into the show. We got divisional week. You got any financial tips for me, bro?
Nah. Financial tip doc right now.
Solid. Me too, bro. I need a financial tip. My financial tip of the day.
Leave the
Leave the Sixers the hell alone. Word. That's facts, man. So honestly, and all the kidding around, just use some of the techniques that we've already employed. Use some of the tips from the past weeks that we have actually said on the show. And if you forget any of those, you can always check them out. All the podcasts, goes on SoundCloud, and they all link to the website, www.moneypotpodcast.com. Speaking of the Sixers, so the Sixers are on a little run here. It looks like they won 5 out of their last 6, I believe.
Not bad.
Chill, yeah.
You know how I feel about it.
I know.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's something to work with. So they had a nice win, obviously, tonight against Charlotte. They had a nice win. Was it 2 nights ago against New York? TJ McConnell with a little turnaround, buzzer beater on Melo. Take that. I mean, it's nice to see a young team kind of growing. They probably won't do that. They probably wouldn't have done that maybe 2 years ago, even last year. In those instances, I think they were down big. They were down like 15-17 in the fourth quarter, and they stormed back to win that.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the 8th spot. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not sitting in the 8th spot. I think they're 11th. No, I'm sorry, 13th in the Eastern Conference. Washington is in the 8th spot, and with the win tonight, I believe they're only 6 games out, which is pretty serious, I guess, because it looks like we're talking playoffs.
No, you got to think about it. It's 15 teams. They're 13 out of 15.
No, they are. I mean, they're only 6 games back, though.
Yeah.
And Washington's hurt because I know, what's his name? Wall has a bum hand. So, I mean, they could falter. You never know. But Embiid did come out and talk about playoffs, so I think he's got the team motivated. And as long as he keeps doing what he's doing, keep putting in the work, then you never know. They could sneak in. They could at least try to, at least. Not going to happen?
Not going to happen.
Playoffs?
Nah.
I just hope we can win a game.
Just hope we can win a game.
Word. So, I wonder if there's a bet out there if they make the playoffs or not. I would bet that, probably. I'll probably win it, too, because I'm betting with the Sixers and not against the Sixers.
So you don't bet that they make the playoffs?
I mean like a real bet. Not like a homie bet.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Drop that. Like,
Yeah. I wonder what it is. It's got to be. I bet you it's probably like plus like 400 or 500. Now it might be more than that. It might be close to a rack.
so would you bet it? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I would bet it.
God bless.
God bless me.
God bless.
Well, still a lot of games. We got the trade deadline coming up. It's in what, February?
Yeah, right after the All-Star game, like a week after the All-Star game.
Right. And we got so I know there's a couple of rumors out there. I remember we talked last week was about Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler coming to the Sixers.
That'd be pretty crazy.
What would you do? It wasn't necessarily
It's a rumor
saying that he's coming. It was more so, what would you give up for a Jimmy Butler to come?
Well, obviously, Noel's in the deal. A first-round pick, I think. Noel and the first-round pick is starting. Just to open up the door in the conversation.
Okay.
If I'm Chicago, they already have Gibson.
I see Gibson might be on the move too. I saw that. I read something on that.
Right.
They willing to listen to offers for Taj Gibson.
Are they really resetting? I mean, are they going to and they're going to reset with Wade as the centerpiece? That's terrible.
Wade's not the centerpiece of anything.
I know he's not, but he's going to be the only one left, right? He's going to be the go-to guy. It's not going to be Butler's team anymore.
Right.
It'll be quote unquote Wade's team by default.
Yeah, and now you got Wade to go off of, to lead your team to whatever you want to get to.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good move by them, putting Butler out, putting him on the block. But, I mean, speaking of trade, we already know Nerlens Noel is getting playing time because he's being showcased for hopefully trade bait. And I think we talked earlier about possibly him going to New Orleans, where the team that actually drafted him, which I think would be a good pick. Not New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. I'm right. I'm sorry. With Anthony Davis. So give Anthony Davis some, little bit of space there. And then I think the one trade we did see was Tim Frazier, who's a point guard. He averages about a little under 10 points, 3 rebounds, about almost 7 assists a game in 28 minutes. He's got 2 years left on his contract. But I think that was on a point that T.J. McConnell was nobody, and they're 6-1 with McConnell starting. So I don't know. I don't know if they do that. But Dante Cunningham is actually a familiar name.
Yeah, he played at Nova.
Yeah, he played at Nova, and he's more of a stretch four type guy, athletic guy.
Yeah, he's more of a utility guy, like a rebounder.
But he takes a couple threes a game. So he's got range.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's great at. You know what I mean? He's not like he's
okay. He's an
athlete.
He's an average or a little below average player.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's not,
We take those though.
I mean, look at the team.
Word. Yeah. So I looked up some of his stats. Nothing to really get hype about, but like I said, more of a stretch four guy, athletic type. He's active on defense.
He's a good rebounder as well.
Yeah, he runs the floor. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, somewhat, I guess, kind of like Noel. But with a shot.
Yeah, he got a better offensive game.
Right. So, that's all good about, the kind of rumors that came from CBS Sports. But, we still got Simmons on the horizon.
Yeah. But I see Noel being traded for sure. Only because this is his last year on his contract.
Right. So he's going to walk regardless.
Right. He's going to walk. He already said he don't like it here.
Right.
So if you can get almost anything in return for him instead of losing out to lose the season regardless, because they're going to end up with a top 5 draft pick.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way. So my thoughts are, okay, let's trade this guy, get what we can get for him. And the thing about him, as much as I like Okafor, he has more trade value than Okafor right now.
No, he does. But it's funny. He's the fit. Noel fits. Like from what he's shown, when he's on the floor with Embiid, he can play with Embiid better than Okafor can.
Okay.
But they're not showcasing him like that as much. They're showcasing him as the backup center. So when Embiid comes out, Noel's coming in,
Right.
and it's just Noel. So, and then even the game today, man, he was able to, stay with Walker a little bit.
Yeah, he had a.
He had, what I mean, he's got quick hands. He's active on the defensive end.
Game. He had 6 points and 2 rebounds. That's not too good in 20 minutes.
Right.
I mean, he has a lot of room for improvement, which I think he probably will improve going to a different team, and that's always me. I believe different environments help a player.
Right.
Now, if you're in an environment with a losing environment where everybody's just whatever, then you're not going to elevate your game. You need to go somewhere where you have veterans that'll push you, whatever. A better coach, and I'm not sure how good of a coach Brown is because he's basically put in a position to lose. Look at the team that he had to really work with. He had a team full of D-leaguers and undrafted free agents. So I'm not quick to say that Brett Brown is such a bad coach or he's not the coach because we don't know. He's not even really able to probably implement his whole coaching philosophy because he doesn't have the pieces. But I mean, I can see them doing a trade at the deadline. They need to move Noel just for reasons being he's going to walk at the end of the year either way.
Yeah, I completely agree, and it's just going to be. I wonder if they're going to add a significant piece or not. Are they going to make a significant, run at somebody where we are talking playoffs?
Right.
So that'll be interesting how the Sixers brass go about that.
I heard someone mention trading them to Portland because Festus Ezeli is out now.
Okay.
So maybe trade
For who though?
Noel over to Portland.
We're not getting their backcourt at all. We're not.
No, you're not going to get McCollum or
Lillard. Yeah.
No way, no how.
Yeah.
Probably won't get Crab either because they just signed him
that's right.
to a good deal. But I mean, it depends on how much they.
We looked at Crab too. I think
They were saying they were going to look at him, but Portland offered him something that he really wanted, so he wanted to stay. So I can't see them trading Crab after giving him almost a max contract.
True. Yeah, and the funny thing, the center of all this, the kind of piece that is forgotten but not forgotten is Ben Simmons. So the reports say he did a little light kind of 5-on-0 scrimmage running the offense. So, I just really can't wait to see when Simmons gets out there, he gets involved. And, I think we said this before, probably in the next 3 or 4 years, the Sixers are probably going to be some type of contenders when they're in, I would say, top 4. Probably like and that's at their prime, maybe 3rd or 4th. Because, Boston, in the East,
okay.
In the East, I would say. I had the standings up of who, because obviously, if you look at it, who is it? It's obviously the Cavs.
Right
yeah, Cavs and Boston.
So you got the Cavaliers, Toronto, Boston, Atlanta, Milwaukee, Indiana.
Well, Milwaukee's going to jump soon.
Indiana, Washington, and Charlotte. Charlotte's in the 8th. Then you got Chicago, New York, Detroit, Orlando, Sixers, Miami, and Brooklyn.
So I'm just saying, who do you see as the top 5 teams probably in 3 years?
In the next 3 years,
obviously
I think
Cavs.
the top 3 stay the same.
I don't know who's that 3rd one.
Boston got a lot of young guys.
Yeah, so does Milwaukee though.
Yeah.
I like Milwaukee in the 3rd, right there. I think you can swap Milwaukee in there.
It all depends though, man, because Boston has a really good core. They have a lot of players and they deep. They got a lot of.
And Toronto does Lowry go back too?
Yeah, so that'll be something to watch as well.
Yeah.
But DeRozan just got a deal last year, so he'll still be there. They got some pieces over in Toronto as well.
Yeah, but Lowry's a big loss if they lose him.
Yeah, well, they'll still be in the top 5, though. I still see them in the top 5 in the Eastern Conference.
Right.
With or without Lowry. So I'll say Cleveland, Toronto, Boston, Milwaukee, Indiana. Indiana will be in that top 5.
Think so?
Yeah, Indiana's not that bad of a team. They got some young big men. Turner's pretty young.
Mm-hmm.
He's improved. They still got Paul George. I like the addition of Jeff T.
Right.
Monte Ellis. So they have some players that maybe need some time. Just
Yeah,
to
but
gel.
Ellis is what? He's close. He's got to be close to 30. If not 30.
Yeah, but he can be a shooter. You got Jeff Teague running a point.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, 3-4 years and now 30, the difference between 30 and 34 could be a little bit different.
It depends on the route of, like, New York as well. Porzingis is a great piece that they have.
Yeah, they might trade Melo, man.
They might. But Porzingis he's going to be the future there. He's going to be a.
They need to. They need to get rid of Melo.
But where?
Yeah, I don't know who's going to take him.
Exactly.
I really don't. He's going to have to go to a contender. He might work in Houston.
I was just looking at Houston.
All they do is shoot.
But see, you taking off a defender and like Ariza that he can shoot.
Yeah, but Ariza's not a 4. He can play the 4, but he's not. He's a 3.
Yeah, but Melo plays a 3.
Yeah, I would put Melo at the 4 over there because they run small.
What you got Ryan Anderson to stretch the floor. He's a stretch forward. They're not going to bench him. He's definitely a starter. He averages about.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
You're telling me if Melo's on the team, they're going.
But you're not going to put. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to take Ryan Anderson off the floor too. You're going to have to play both of them. You're not going to bench Ryan Anderson.
But Ryan Anderson's liability on defense.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
At the 3, he can't guard 3s.
He's not playing at 3. He's going to play the 4. And Melo's going to play the 3.
I'm putting. You can't put Melo at the 3.
You can put Melo at the 3. He plays the 3. He's been playing the 3 for a long time.
No, he has. You're right.
So it's not like he can't play the.
But I'm just thinking about I'm just thinking about the 3s in the West, though.
It's no difference, bro. You got Kawhi Leonard. You got Kevin Durant over here. You got.
There's no difference.
LeBron James. No, it's no difference.
That's just one player. You just named 2 elite players versus the player.
Listen, he's gonna have to play the small. He's
All
not
right.
playing the 4.
You got it, bro. I'll let you live.
Yeah.
In other words, Ben Simmons might want to be a season ticket holder in a little bit, man. Trust the process.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, you'll see him next year, man. Remember I told you.
What's up, Walt, man? I agree, man. Clemson all day, baby.
Boom, what's up?
You already know I cashed in. All right. Let's play some Eagles music, huh? Little Eagles review. They're not in the playoffs, so just want to make y'all remember.
Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. It'll low, it'll high, and watch our Eagles fly.
How about the Raiders?
Eagles fly on the road to victory.
That was an easy call, Walt. Come on now.
E-A-G-L-E-S.
Eagles. All right, so we're just going to do a little quick review of the top 10 bold predictions, and I was off. Woo! I had 10 predictions. A couple of them looked like they might have panned out, but none of them really did. The only one that I hit head on, obviously, that everybody kind of knew, was that Bradford wasn't going to be the starter by the bye week. I think that was a given. I did push on one. Marcus Smith and Vinny Curry actually tied at the end of the year for sacks, 2.5 each.
Not bad.
The ones that I was wrong on, this one was yours. Well, 2 of them, the first 2 I have written down were yours. The Eagles did not finish in the top 8 in sacks. And Hicks, I don't think they released the MVPs yet.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I don't think Hicks is going to get it. It's got to be, I think it'll be Jenkins or Graham.
Probably Graham.
Yeah, probably Graham. I missed on Smallwood being the leading rusher. He had a shot there, but he got hurt as well. It didn't pan out. And they just like Sproles. I thought Cox was going to hold out at training camp, but obviously they paid him. Eagles started 1-5, completely off. They started 3-0.
Yeah.
Ertz might have got double-digit touchdowns and over 1,000 yards, but he was hurt for most of the year.
No, he didn't.
I think he had
he probably had like 5 touchdowns.
He had like 700 or 800 yards. I know that. And obviously, the biggest donkey of the day, the biggest flop, Nelson Aguilar being the best receiver on the Eagles.
What?
What?
He had 816 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Okay. Also, so some more Eagles news.
But I think he'll be the centerpiece moving forward. On an offense, actually.
Yeah. As long as he always turns up hot at late. So, moving forward though, Greg Lewis got fired. I didn't really like it. Kind of at first, like I was like, "Oh wow, that's right. I forgot Greg Lewis was a receivers coach." But it wasn't a shock because I did some research on him, and he's had 4 different jobs in 5 years. So he never really stayed anywhere because he always got let go, or he moved on to somewhere else where he knew his welcome. He was, his welcome was kind of up. So I think that tells you a lot about Greg Lewis. They're looking at.
I don't think it tells you too much because he's
Not a good coach.
What was he coaching before?
Receivers.
Where he was in Kansas City.
He first started out like a college. I think it was like San Diego State or San Jose State or something like that.
Okay.
And then he went to another college after that, and then he was with the Vikings, I believe. And then he came to the Eagles. But he was one and done every year.
Right.
Everywhere he went. So, I mean, that tells you if you're not going to retain your coaches, I mean, that tells you what kind of job that that reflects his work as a coach. And I mean, if you look at it, nobody got better. Nobody got better. Even though we don't have much to work with and say.
It's kind of it's a double-edged sword with this one. I don't pretty much care if he got fired, to be honest, because his position sucked. But at the same time,
you still got to coach these boys.
Those same guys sucked the year before as well.
Right.
So I mean, it's almost like, all right, you giving them lemons, try to make lemonade, but it's not going to work.
No, you got to find a way, man. That's what's the point about being a coach. You have to be able to utilize whatever strength they have. You got to find it.
You do until they get on the field. You can't play for them guys.
I agree.
So you can coach them all you want. They probably did. They said Nelson Aguilar was the best practice player ever.
Right.
Until he got in the game. So you can coach all you want, but once them guys get in the game and they not doing what they can do, like I said, I don't care that he got fired. He's a scapegoat. They needed to make it look good. Get him out of here. Let's get in somebody else. I mean, I seen they interviewed
the guy from Buffalo, Sanjay Lay.
And they also they're trying to interview the guy from the Rams, Mike. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, but it's Groh.
Okay.
He's the Rams wide receiver coach, and he also coached in Chicago.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I know. I did some research on Sanjay. Supposedly a leading candidate, 10 years in the league. He's developed, some guys like Hayward Bay, Jacoby Ford, Denarius Moore, and obviously Sammy Watkins. I think it's a good pick because he's shown that he has been able to, grow talent a little bit and get the best out of some of his players. Hayward Bay over the years have gotten better. Jacoby Ford has gotten better. Denarius Moore. Denarius Moore has gotten a little bit better every year, and obviously Sammy Watkins is a stud of the group.
Yeah, Robert Woods as well.
Yeah, correct. Robert Woods as well. So, especially if the Eagles are looking to make their first pick in the draft, a receiver, you're going to need somebody to kind of develop, that talent.
Not even that they need it for the first pick. They just need it, period. These guys are all young.
Right.
But they need some guidance for real.
Right.
Even with Jordan Matthews being the veteran receiver,
okay,
he's still young.
Yeah, he is. Right.
So you need guys like a great coach that's going to be able to, push these guys and see exactly what they got. Because, like I said, Aguilar's still young. Do I want to give up on him?
Yes.
But
he's got one more year and then he's done.
Right. Can he come into himself? Yeah, he could turn around. Like we've seen it with guys, maybe different positions.
Right.
They've had bad years in the beginning, but as they, got more comfortable into their role, or, maybe they went to go see the Wizard, whatever it is, they've got a little better. So I'm not necessarily saying that this guy, just throw him out.
Okay.
But if they do, I'm not mad either. So, because I can understand. You're not playing up to your first round potential.
No, I hear you, bro. I mean, like I said, we'll kind of see how it goes. I think it'll be interesting if they do take a receiver first round. I mean, obviously we took Aguilar last year, and then
I'm taking
was
one.
the year before? Was Matthews the year before that?
No.
Who was he? Who was our first round pick in 2005?
Eric Rowe.
Our first round pick was Rowe.
No, he was the second. He was the second.
I think
first round.
Wasn't it Jordan? I'm pretty sure it was Jordan Matthews. I mean, look.
Marcus Smith.
You might be right on that.
Yeah, I think Jordan Matthews was second round.
He goes draft history. Let's see.
Because I believe Aguilar was
He was the first pick.
First round pick. First receiver picked in the first round since Macklin.
So, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, but I'm just saying, listen to this. So we had our draft this year, and we didn't pick a receiver. No. Okay, so last year, 05 was Aguilar, and then in 2014 was Jordan Matthews in the second round, and Josh Huff in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2013 was Zach Ertz, and then kind of 2012 was, Cox and those guys. So we can stop right there. So in the last, 3 out of the last 4 years, the first 2 picks have been some type of receiving, position. So I beg the question, do you take another receiver again? Or do you hit free agency?
Yes. If I got a chance to get a Clemson receiver, I'm taking it.
He's not. All right, so I added that too. I'm gonna ask you that too before we get into some of the rookie review. If you have a chance to trade up for Mike Williams, are you doing it? And I mean, obviously, and this is trading from 14, 15 to say, let's say he's there at like 8 or 9. So, which is a significant jump. So you probably gonna have to give up at least your second round this year, and probably another pick next year. I don't think I'm doing that, bro.
No, I'm not, because you got too many holes to fill.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it because, first of all, there's 2 other receivers that's
not even 2.
First round
it's
worthy,
deep, bro.
No, I'm just saying, first round worthy.
Let me look that up.
You got 2, maybe 3 other receivers after Mike Williams. You got the kid Corey Davis. And you got the guy Ross from Washington. And I'm not sure if
He scored. What did he score? Like 18 touchdowns or something crazy?
I'm not sure if the kid Juju from USC is
He's coming out
first round though. But you got a couple. But I'm more focused on getting more. I'll get a cornerback that's there before I jump up to go get Mike Williams.
So this is the list that they have ranked. We have Mike Williams from Clemson, Corey Davis from Western Michigan,
right.
John Ross from Washington, Juju Smith from USC, Dede Westbrook from Oklahoma, Stewart from Bama, Cooper Kupp from Eastern Washington, Curtis Samuel's a good one. I think he should be higher. From Ohio State.
He dropped some big balls in that game.
Yeah. And Chris Godwin's pretty good from Penn State as well. But the only one on the list that really has the measurables as like that number 1 receiver is Williams and Davis. They're both 6'3", they're both big. Another thing, Corey Davis is a senior. You know what I mean? You don't see a lot of seniors.
Right.
So, but that's deep to me. So if you look at let's look at the draft order real quick.
But see, I don't know if they're all first round draft picks, projected first round.
I can say the top 3.
Yeah, I'll say 3: Ross, Corey Davis, and Mike Williams are.
But there's always somebody that comes up. So the Cleveland Browns not taking a receiver, the Niners not taking a receiver. Chicago
They may.
They may.
They could.
The Jags may. I think Tennessee does. If Mike Williams is there for Tennessee, they're taking him.
Why wouldn't
The
they?
Jets,
They already stacked that.
yeah. The Jets, no. San Diego could take one.
Definitely.
The Panthers, I don't think so. Cincy, probably not. Buffalo, maybe. New Orleans, no. Cleveland, again, probably not. Arizona, I would say yes.
Now, it may all depend on what Cleveland do with Terrell Pryor as well. If they can't retain him, then I can see them going wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah. What's up, BP? I'm not a big fan of Jabril Peppers on the Eagles. I don't think he's a corner in the league. I think he's a safety.
They got him as a linebacker.
They got him everywhere.
Yeah, I see him as a linebacker.
I think he's like Buchanan, that linebacker safety.
Yeah.
Kenny Stills has obviously
Buffalo,
been a popular name.
I've seen 2 mocks that got Mike Williams going to Buffalo.
I don't think he drops that far, man.
To 10. That's not a bad drop though.
What are you talking about? We went through, out of the 5, 3 of them could take receivers. The Bears could take a receiver. The Jazz could take a receiver. Tennessee definitely could take a receiver.
They also got
San Diego
too. Like Tennessee, a couple of mocks I saw got them taking a safety.
Okay, probably the dude from LSU, I bet.
Yeah. Jamal Adams. I seen that one. Yeah.
San Diego definitely could take a receiver. They need offense
they
bad.
Definitely can. Let me see where
They might even take a quarterback.
They go safety as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Too.
Oh, because of Weddle.
Yeah, they lost Weddle.
Yeah.
The defense wasn't too bad. I mean, they probably going to stack one side. They just got Bosa. Then they put somebody on the back end to help out.
Maybe. I mean, as long as Rivers is healthy, then that offense can go, as long as they don't get killed by the injury bug. But, I mean, when, what's his name?
But how long can you rely on Keenan Allen?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hurt.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I can see a receiver. I mean, Davis might go there. If Mike Williams is off the board,
Possible.
and that'd be a beast of a move because Rivers can still sling it.
Yeah.
So then you get down to us. I mean, we don't take a receiver right there. I think it's a reach.
I got 2 mocks right now that I'm looking at. They got us drafting at 15. Corey Davis from Western Michigan.
I don't think he lasts, man. I really don't.
I do. I don't see too.
I don't think he gets past San Diego. If Mike Williams is not on the board, he doesn't get past San Diego.
See, it all depends on their needs, though. If they feel as though they need more on the defensive side,
Or Arizona. Arizona needs a receiver. Larry ain't gonna play forever.
no, he's not.
You know what I mean?
But neither is Kurt Warner. They got to start looking at quarterback.
They do.
Kurt-
Not Kurt Warner.
Not Kurt Warner.
Damn, you
Palmer.
like 5
Palmer.
years
I'm
ago.
sorry, Carson Palmer. I'm tripping.
Kurt Warner up for the Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah, yes.
What?
Yeah, but Carson Palmer, he's not going to play forever.
Yeah.
And he's definitely on a decline. So you got
Yeah,
to
he is.
You got to start looking.
He is.
At investing.
Ooh,
in the
Watson
quarterback.
there?
I mean, that could be possible. Man.
Watson and David Johnson in the backfield? That's nasty.
Man, so you gotta look at
and he
that.
got he can
That's a greater need right now.
he can redshirt the whole year too.
He definitely could.
Woo! Learn the game. Woo! Ooh, with that defense too, they still ball hogging over. Peterson ain't old yet.
Right. So I can see them definitely going quarterback.
Wow.
It makes more sense.
That would be a great pick by Arizona if they take Watson right there.
Hold on. The one I got them taking a quarterback from Notre Dame, Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah, I think Watson. Honestly, I was reading about this. Why is when we'll get to this more as the podcast goes on, but I don't want you to just think about this question here, Steve-O. Why isn't Watson the number 1 quarterback off the board? Just think about that for a second, because I got some. I don't know if you had any review of the Eagles rookies, and I wrote some stuff down, so I'll run through those real quick, but. I want you to think about that. And y'all out there on Facebook, I saw a couple people join, McVeigh, BP. Think about that. Why isn't Watson the number 1 quarterback off the board when his numbers against the elite Bama defense is staggering? I think he has like 900 yards passing, over 1,000 yards total in 2 games. and like, what is it, like 7 or 8 total touchdowns and like 2 picks? It's ridiculous.
Well, I got on that one mock, I got him going 6 to the Jets.
B-Dot, what's up, bro? I hope he doesn't go to the Jets. His career will be over if he goes to New York, man. I can't.
I mean, they could definitely use him because Fitzpatrick is done.
Yeah, I can see.
Got Geno Smith.
I can see them take. I don't see.
Bryce Petty.
I think they're going to stay away from Watson because of Geno, because he's that quote unquote athletic quarterback. So I think they go for a pure pocket passer. I can see the Notre Dame kid going there.
Okay.
But so let me get to some of these Eagles rookies. So I gave Wentz a C+ over the year. I think he showed a lot of good things. I think he became the leader of the team instantaneously. Just a natural fit for him. He has some, rookie mistakes, but I think that, and I completely agree, especially at the end, he regressed a lot. But I think the one thing you have to take away, the moment wasn't too big for him. Like, I don't think he ever seemed rattled. He wanted the ball in his hands, and he wasn't afraid to take the big shot,
right,
to possibly win the game. And I like that in my quarterback.
I think he'll make a bigger jump next year. He needs to work and focus more on his mechanics because he got a lot of plays I've seen him look and stare down receivers.
Right, okay, yeah.
So you
that's rookie stuff, though,
yeah,
I think.
That's why I said they got to work on his mechanics. Sometimes his throwing motion was taking a little too long. I mean, it's just stuff that can be worked on. Right.
And I think his mechanics, they were breaking down his mechanics, and they were off as well. Yeah. So the next one, I only did a couple. I didn't do all the rookies, but I did most of them, especially the ones who played. I don't know how to say his name, but I think his name is Isaac Semeyu, I believe, or something like that.
Okay, the guard.
Yeah, the guard. So, he was forced into action because of some injury there. I think he did get some valuable experience there playing. And another thing that a lot of people don't know, that his versatility, that he can play all positions on the offensive line, and you very well might be looking at your future center.
Yeah, because he can switch to center. He played center in college at times as well.
Yeah, so
his versatility is key.
Because,
right. Let's say Kelsey comes on and starts playing again, at a high level, but your left guard isn't playing well. He can easily slide in there.
Right.
And vice versa. So
I think it's a big year for Kelsey. If Kelsey doesn't have a good year this year coming out, I think they let him walk.
Yeah.
I think they let him go. So next guy, and I think it's a same grade as Isaac with a kind of a C grade as Vaitai. I think it took him a little bit to settle in, get used to the speed of the game. But for the most part, being on the right tackle side, going against the starting left defensive end, which is usually the dominant defensive end of a defense,
right.
He didn't do too bad. He was going against some good competition there. You might be looking at your starting right tackle sooner than later, once he gets a shot to kind of play. Once Peters is done, I think Peters is here obviously another year, and then they'll reevaluate if they want to do something with him. They even might extend him, but rework his deal.
Right.
So it's more cap friendly. Yeah. So you might see Peters around for another 2 to 3 years. And then Vaitai just working it up. There's always injuries, so just getting stronger in the weight room.
Even if he can play the guard position as well, just to fill in.
Well, I'm hoping Winooski sticks around. Hopefully,
he's
but
out the door.
Yeah, he probably will. So then Wendell Smallwood, I gave a C+. I think he played. I think he played his part in the rotation well. He played on some special teams, has a couple, good returns there. It's going to be interesting what they do with him moving forward because they're all looking for a playmaker at running back. And I think the question is, I don't know if he's it or not.
I think he's going to end up being a good.
He's going to be like Sproles when Sproles is done. Because I think Sproles said next year is going to be his last year, right? I think he did come out. He said he's going to retire.
He should.
Yeah, after next year. Yeah, he's taking some big hits, so he's probably thinking about his health. And I think that actually the best rookie that we drafted was the homie Jalen Mills. I gave him a B.
I like Jalen Mills, man.
I think he was the most – it's hard to say he was the most influential or pick because of Wentz. But I think value-wise, because you got him in the 7th round, he played in – I don't think he – obviously he didn't start all 16 games, but he played in every game. And the one thing I liked about that I took away from Jalen Mills, except for that dumbass finger he was do after every after every play was
you got a lot of confidence.
Exactly, the confidence, and he fought. He went against, I consider, the best receiving talent in the league in the NFC East. And
well, you got to think about it. He went against the best receivers in the league all year. He played against Antonio Brown. He played against Julio.
Okay.
Played against Odell.
Yeah, this makes the case even more. Yeah.
So all this year he played right. And was AJ Green playing when he played now? Or was he hurt already?
I think he was hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, it was late. I
Yeah.
think he was hurt.
Yeah. So he's played against the top 3 receivers in the league this year, lined up across from him. And
yeah, that's that's great value for a 7th-round pick, and I look forward to his progression.
Yeah, I think he's going to be. He's a good value. And the only reason he dropped that far is because of off-field issues.
That's a long fall, though.
Yeah,
we're talking about the 7th round.
He had an ankle injury.
Yeah.
But he had like a domestic violence. You know how they a little picky with that.
Right.
That hurt him.
Right. So now let's get into this college game. So before we get into the college game, I just want to say that I've been losing a lot of bets this past week, but I won one.
Good job.
I won one. I got some wings and a beer from the homie Steve-O. Stayed true to his word. Clemson takes it down. A lot of people hitting Clemson. Vegas took a massive hit. I think they lost like $15 to $18 million, they said that day, on just that game alone. But talking about Clemson, you saw the elite of athletes and players play. It was definitely a crazy atmosphere, over 100,000 strong in there watching the game, and them boys was hitting out there. A lot of first-round talent on the field in that game.
Showcasing their talent for the next level, man.
And the talk of Philly, the talk of the town was obviously, look at Mike Williams going against a number 1 corner and putting in work. He took a huge hit in the beginning, still fought back. I didn't think he was going to play because he looked like he was a little out when he got cracked and when he did the instant replay. But big players make big plays in big games. And he was one of the reasons why they won that game. So it'd be great to have Mike Williams here, but like I said before, like we talked about before, I'm not trading up.
Yeah, I'm not trading up for him.
I'm not trading up.
He's not going to fall down to where we at. The only way I trade up for him is if it's a pick for the next year, maybe.
Right.
Somehow, some way, if I can finagle that, and maybe throw a player in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not giving up my picks from this year for him.
Right. I can dig that. So I had in here our Super Bowl prop pick, and I can't put a bet on it because I'm down because the goddamn Sixers. But I'm homing in on either Dallas or Atlanta versus the Tats. That's where I'm at right now. I think I'm leaning towards more Atlanta versus New England.
Patriots.
Yeah, I think it's funny, man. Nobody wants to see a Dallas Patriots Super Bowl.
We don't, but I don't know, man. Football wants to see it. The league want to see
it. Maybe. I think the more exciting.
It'll probably be one of the most rated Super Bowls ever.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
it's like a weird.
We can't say that no one wants to see it because I think they're really rooting for that to happen.
It's like a weird stat that I think I saw that if Dallas is winning for some odd reason, the country is doing better. I don't know why, but like it's true. Like morale's up.
Wow.
Like
my morale. I don't know what they talking.
Yeah, money's up. Obviously for them big oil boys, Jerry Jones type guys, man. Man, after star, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that.
But yeah, I don't know, man. This is gonna be a great weekend of football.
Yeah. Too bad I can't bet. So, we got these games this week, buddy. I first need to take a moment and say that I'm just losing. I feel like Meek, man. I'm taking L's everywhere. Jeez.
Coming down the steps.
Yeah, man. So I lost that Packers bet last week? Remember I bet the homie $50, the homie BP.
Yeah.
What's the Packers? I believe.
Yeah, against the Giants.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's the Packers against the Giants.
Last
And,
week.
yeah, and I still got the points, and they got destroyed. They got mollywopped. So I'm sending the homie BP $50 right now, man. Shout out, man. I stayed true to my word. So let me go ahead and send this little cash right here.
Good job, BT.
Man, shut up.
Some wings on you, man. Look at my wings and my bear back.
All right, we got the first game coming up here, buddy. Seattle and Atlanta. And hold up. Before you say something, before you even say a word,
Okay.
let me hit my theme music.
Comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Go ahead, now you talk. This is your pick. Your
Oh,
luck.
this is my pick. This is my moment. I was going to talk, buddy. I thought you had something smart to say.
I can't say anything if this is your lock. You tell
oh.
everybody what's your lock.
Oh, you already know what it is. You already know where I'm going. Give me Atlanta, man. Give me Matt Ryan in the dome with Julio Jones. There's a lot of factors going into this game. Earl Thomas won't be playing.
No.
Another factor is I don't see Thomas Rawls running crazy again like he did. And then Atlanta is just super hot right now. And I think that Seattle, coming away from Seattle, going on the road, going to a hostile environment in Atlanta just has too much offensive firepower. Seattle needs a huge game from that defense. Julio goes apeshit. I give him over 125 yards or 150 yards and maybe a teeter. Matt Ryan throws all over Seattle.
That's easy money.
Give me Seattle.
Okay. It's my turn.
Oh, it's your turn.
All right.
That's your turn. Go ahead.
I'm taking Seattle.
I knew you would.
I am taking Seattle with the points. You're giving me. They're -5, so they gotta win by 6.
A touchdown.
Yeah, give me Seattle. I like the way Seattle plays. I'm not sure if they win this game. I hope they win. I really do.
Sam Rothstein.
Yeah, it ain't even really much with him because I like Seattle. I like the way they play. I like Russell Wilson.
Hey, where's my pen, buddy?
The way he plays in the playoffs. He's the 6th highest. He has the 6th highest passer rating behind Bart Starr, Kurt Warner, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and Joe Montana in the playoffs.
Ooh,
That's a great stat.
awesome stat.
He got 7 playoff wins, which ranks 15th in NFL history. Yeah, man, just give me that guy, man. They know how to win. Seattle knows how to win. The 7, I don't see them beating them by a touchdown. If they beat them, it may be by 3, 4. I don't see it being by 6.
I think Seattle's going to be down quick. And it's going to be
But
Russell
see,
to
this
bring them
is the
back.
thing. Atlanta is notorious for giving up a lot of rushing yards. They rank 17th against the run. They give up over 100 yards a game.
Right.
So they don't have a great rush defense against the rush.
Right.
Their pass defense is a lot better than their rushing defense. So I still think Thomas Rawls is able to give you between 80 to 110, touchdown or 2. Russell Wilson, long as they don't play Future or Sierra music, I don't know, man. They start playing that, he might be down, man. He might not be able to win, but
Yeah,
it's just the culture in Seattle, man. They know how to win. They're a team built to win. They just know how to rise to the occasion.
No, I mean, I can't disagree with you there in the fact that Matt Ryan hasn't won many playoff games also hurts. But he's playing.
He's 1-1.
He's playing at the top of his game right now,
He is.
and similar to Drew Brees, the home effect is definitely an effect. He's a different player at home, and
Well, he's just their offense, home or away, they still average over 33 points, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, like, exactly, and they're going to score points.
They're going to score.
They're going to score. So, that even kind of keys in the over there, too, if you think about it.
Because the last game, it was, 24-26.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, you got over 50 points right there.
Right. So the overs,
50 right there.
I like the over, tease down the over, and even tease down Atlanta and tease down the over, and there you go, two-bet teaser right there.
Yeah.
So, but I like Atlanta straight up. Next game, Houston and New England.
I like Houston
The cover.
to cover.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like Houston to cover.
It's so hard, man.
New England's going to win, but I like Houston to cover it. Yeah. A lot of people don't know Houston has the best defense in the league.
That's true. Quietly,
Yeah,
the best
they're ranked
defense in the
number
league. It's going to be tough, man.
Yeah, against Tom, you just never know.
But see, you know what the problem is? It's not that it's no, it is because it's against Tom in New England because he's like 44 and 2 at home.
Right.
But the problem, you know what? The bigger problem is Osweiler. He is Osweiler. He's not a good quarterback, and he's not going to have the same game he had last game where he threw for a couple touchdowns and he ran for one. It just doesn't happen. I mean,
I don't think Osweiler played too bad, honestly.
he didn't. I'm not saying he did, but playing Tom in Boston is a completely different story. And not even that, you got to score with him. You have to be able to answer
You
him.
definitely have to score.
Because they're
but
not going to shut him
That's
out.
where your defense has to come in and rise to the occasion as well. You're going to give up plays against Tom Brady, but you have to limit the plays that you give up. You got to try to limit it.
Yeah, but they're not like a down the field type team. That's the thing. They don't throw it. He's just so efficient. It's a machine.
No,
And-
he's
and
extremely efficient.
And they exploit every matchup that you give them.
Right. So you got to limit your mistakes. You got to almost play a perfect game.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I like them to cover. I don't think they lose by 16.
I mean, they could be down like 24-3 and a half. That's the only problem. And then they could make a small comeback, score a touchdown. Maybe New England runs the ball, slows it down, try to just get out of there. But I would not be surprised if New England is up like 24-3 in the first half.
See, a lot of times we focus on Tom Brady. I mean,
I'm actually going to
he is-
take Tom.
He's the biggest star of them all, of course.
I'm taking that big ass spread. Was it like 16 and a half or something crazy?
Yeah, it's 15. It's 15. I don't see it. I like Houston to cover.
Yeah, I kind of do, but the more I think about it, the more I don't know how Houston really they can't score.
See, and New England's defense isn't bad either. They first in points allowed. They only give up 15.6.
Yeah, man, and Osweiler sucks.
They give up 326 yards per game.
That don't mean. But see, the problem is the offense that they're facing. That offense is not. There's no explosion on that offense. There's none whatsoever.
I mean, Hopkins is explosion.
Yeah, but has he had a Hopkins year? Not at all. I mean, he's only been over 100 yards maybe twice in the whole year. That's ridiculous. What, he had like 4 touchdowns?
Yeah, he didn't have such a great year.
No, it's because of Osweiler. Savage might get in the game, bro. Really might.
DeAndre Hopkins had.
So we'll save the next game for.
54.
We're going to skip a game. The next game I'll skip because it's probably the best game of the week, possibly.
Gotta be Pittsburgh, Kansas City.
So we're going to go Pittsburgh, Kansas City right now.
That one's gonna be on prime time now.
Because they moved because of weather.
Yeah.
Because of the weather. So who you got there, buddy?
Pittsburgh.
Damn, we're off on every pick here, bud.
I'm okay with that. I like Pittsburgh to win this game, without a doubt. Pittsburgh has been. They've just been playing at a different level. Defense, offense, everyone's been playing the same. It's hard to slow down that offense. They have a nice array of weapons. They got the guys stepping up, people that you haven't heard of much.
Who?
what's the kid name? He had a pretty good game last year. I mean last week. It's one of the receivers.
Who, Rodgers?
Not Eli Rogers. He had an okay game. I mean, you heard about him, but he's still one of them guys that you wouldn't have known about had those other receivers didn't get hurt or suspended. They even got freaking Darius Hayward-Bay playing pretty good. So
Well, the 1 year he had like 8 or 9 touchdowns in 1 year. So
yeah. So I'm gonna go
I
Pittsburgh.
go KC, man. I think outside of Seattle, Arrowhead is probably the toughest place to play in.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of them about 40-something to 14 in Arrowhead.
When? Not this year.
Yeah, this year Kansas City beat them. I mean, Pittsburgh beat them 43-14.
God, look at that.
Yeah, Steelers have won 8 straight games in a row, and also beat the Chiefs 43-14 back in Week 4.
Yeah, we're talking about the playoffs. That was week 4.
Yeah, but see, Steelers is a great playoff team.
Yeah, man. I like KC. I don't think Big Ben is that good away from was it Heinz Field? And he's just not they're not the same team away. And we all know how notorious Reed is after a bye. He's been the same way since Philly. It hasn't changed. He's just a different beast when he has a week to prepare for you. They don't stop Pittsburgh's offense, but I think they can limit their big plays a little bit. I think the weather even plays a little play.
Well, I think they said by the time the field's going to be fine. They said everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's just more so they doing it for public safety matters so that they can give them enough time to clean the streets so the fans can get there. They said the field won't be affected at all because they have a heated field. And it's supposed to be like an ice storm.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I think Andy plays a key part here, and I think KC somehow, someway, they always score 20-something points, and I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is that good.
Enough
I think so.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I do.
No, not the way they've been playing lately, man. They've been lighting it up.
I think they do. I mean, I think they've been lighting it up. I mean, they only scored 27 on the Browns. They scored 31 on the Ravens.
When did they play the Browns? Was that the last week when nobody played, though?
Oh, that's right. Nobody did play.
Yeah.
Ravens was 31.
Yeah.
Bengals was 24. Bills was 27. Giants was 24. Colts were 28. I mean, they weren't like blowing people out. I mean, the only blowout of the year really was the Chiefs. So,
Same again.
give me KC.
Cool.
And of course, probably the game of the week, kind of close to it, because KC versus Pittsburgh should be a really good game.
Yeah, that's going to be
But I hate to do it, but hit that music.
Here comes the money. Money, money,
I need it too, man. Goddamn Sixers.
Now write me down. Pittsburgh, my lock, man. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, Pittsburgh is a lock?
Yeah. Lock me in.
Well, lock me in for this. Give me the star. Give me the damn Death Star. Dallas is going to win this game outright, clean. All this jitter talk about the rookies. I know Rodgers is beyond ridiculous right now, but Jordy Nelson being hurt and not playing this game is huge.
It's huge.
It is so huge. Randall Cobb is not catching 3 touchdowns again. Devontae Adams will probably have a good game. They have no running game. And that defense is very, very, very suspect. Look for Elliott to go nuts. 150 yards, 2 touchdowns.
No way.
Easy.
No way. No.
Easy.
No. I don't,
Easy.
I don't think he has that monster of a game.
I think he has that monster of a game.
I think
he's going to get 100 yards, not even blinking.
I think he'll get 100 yards. I don't think that's out of the question. But 150.
I hear another bet.
No. 150, that's not going to happen. I'm not betting on the Cowboys because I don't want them to win or anything. So
Word.
I refuse to bet
That's fine.
anything with
Cool.
them.
I don't need to bet anything anyway, bro. I need to take a chill.
I'm gonna actually go the opposite.
I know you are. I wrote it down. Look, I wrote it down before you even wrote it because I already knew.
Good.
I didn't know.
I'm gonna go the opposite way. I like Green Bay to cover.
Oh, okay. You just like them to cover.
I like them to cover.
Okay.
I also think though they can win. They can win this game, man. I don't put anything past Aaron Rodgers.
The over is a key play here. I think the over is here.
Yeah, because I think Green Bay, the last couple games, they scored over 30 points.
I think they scored 20. Close to it, like 17, 24, somewhere in there.
And I think they said the last 5 games they scored over 30.
I don't think they score over 30. I don't think it's going to be a shootout like that. Who's gonna catch 3 or 4 touchdowns?
I mean, he spreads the rock around.
I understand
so it's
that.
not like he keys in on one player, but
So
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not like Devontae Adams can't score a touchdown or 2, and then Randall Cobb come back with another touchdown or.
all right, that's 21
Maybe.
points.
Yeah, so that's 3 touchdowns right there.
That's only 21 points. We said 30. You said averaging 30.
They average 30. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means somebody else has got to score.
Somebody else has to score.
Yeah.
Right. So it could be the tight end. It could be a running back. Anybody out the back.
He's hurt, right?
Who?
He's going to play, but I think he's hurt. Montgomery. He got twisted up in that last game. I didn't look up.
He's going to play. They played Christian Michael a lot too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game.
Yeah, he did have a good game.
Wasn't bad at all.
He could be a sleeper move.
Yeah, he could.
I forgot about Christian Michael.
Definitely could. So I think a lot of people is just on the side where it's like, oh, the Cowboys, they are the team to beat. Don't get me wrong, they're the team to beat. They had the best record in the NFC.
Timmy said, "Go to sleep."
Nah, tell Timmy to wake up, man.
He said 125 to 150 for Elliott. I agree. I think it's closer to 150. I really do.
I don't think he gets 150. I mean, Elliott's a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's over 100 yards without a doubt.
Yeah.
So,
but see, I think he's gonna break like a 50, 60 yard run.
He doesn't do that often though. So we can't.
Yo,
Can't say that.
That defense is suspect against that offensive line. I'm telling you, man.
It's suspect, but they play well. It's not like they're garbage. Clay Matthews is all over the field, man.
What? What do you mean? Are they are too garbage? Are you kidding me?
All right, let's see defense.
That defense is.
Rushing yards. They're 8th in rushing. They give up 94 yards a game.
We're not talking about against an elite team now.
This is what they give up. Passing yards, they give up 269. So they might be able to get them good in the passing.
What's your face is going to have to make some plays. I'll tell you that. Dez.
Oh, yeah.
For Dallas to win, Dez has got to show up to that.
Him, all of them will have to show up. Like, to be honest, I see.
They've been winning without Dez doing anything. But I think in this game, his presence needs to be felt. Like he needs to have a somewhat game.
I can agree with you on that.
So what you got for me for some of these some DraftKings? Because I kind of like this when it gets down to this for the DraftKings.
Yeah, I'll give you one complete lineup that I'll go with.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with take your pick, either Tom or Aaron
Rodgers.
But I'm definitely going Zeke or Le'Veon.
Okay.
You go either one of those. You can't miss. But
I like Tom and Le'Veon.
yeah, that's not a bad one. Now receivers, I'm gonna go AB.
I was going to cut you there. I don't think he has a good game.
AB has a good game.
I don't think he has a good game.
It's AB.
Okay, how about this? I don't think he has an AB game. I don't think he has an AB game. I think he has
I think he gets in his own.
seven. Okay, let me tell you this. Is 7 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown, is that a good game for AB?
Yes.
No, it's not.
If we win.
No, it's not.
It is a good game.
And that's not a good game for AB. He had 140 yards and 2 touchdowns last game. That's a good game for AB.
7 receptions, 85 yards and a touchdown.
That's not a good game for AB.
It's not an immaculate game, but that's a good game.
It's not a good game for AB. It's not.
How? How isn't it a good game?
It's not a good game because he's AB.
This is what you tried to tell me last week with Russell Wilson when he was 23 for 30.
What 200?
Two touchdowns and 260 passing.
He had like 220 actually.
I think it was like it was like 260 or 230. Or maybe it was like 230. But that's a good game.
No, it's not.
It's a good game. How is that not a good? He missed 7 passes. He didn't turn the ball over, not once. Thomas Rawls ran for 160.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why his numbers were like that because Rawls was running all crazy.
He didn't have to do.
Okay,
too much.
but so what? That doesn't
That's
mean
a
it was.
good game,
That doesn't mean it was a good game.
That's a good game.
It's not a good game, Steve.
What kind of game is that? What would you consider that?
It's not a Russell Wilson game.
It's a good game. He won. They
Okay, but that doesn't mean he had to have a good game for them to win.
That's a good game.
It's not.
He had 7 incompletions. He didn't turn the rock over. He had 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
That's a good game.
It's not a good game by Russell Wilson standards. It's not.
Man, you just always doing that to Russell Wilson. That's my stuff. No,
I'm not.
It is.
I'm gonna tell you what he had. I'm not biased to him.
Right,
I'm just don't.
That's messed up. You're not gonna tell me that's not a good game. That's a good game.
You know what's a good game? I'm gonna tell you what's a Russell Wilson game. Russell Wilson game is this: 350 yards and 4 touchdowns and 40 yards rushing. That's a Russell Wilson game. 224 yards and
That's not a every game.
224 yards and 2 touchdowns with 3 rushing and -3 yards is not a good Russell Wilson game. Don't give me that.
No turnovers. He didn't turn a rock over.
So what?
What do you mean? So what? That's a big
It's
part
200.
of the game.
It's 200. They beat San Fran. It's 258 yards and 1 touchdown pass and no turnovers. Is that a good game? Hell no. Get out of my face, man.
He had 2 touchdowns, Nate. He missed 7 passes.
Oh, so what?
What do you mean? So what? His
Okay.
percentage is through the roof. Look at his passer rating, man.
Get out of
Shut
here,
up,
man.
You always do that to that guy, man. That's
I
not
don't.
Cool, man.
I don't always do that guy.
Cool, man. Tell me that's not cool.
He said the same. Timmy said the same thing. Nick, you're a hater.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm not. I'm not a hater.
Because that's you saying that's not a good game.
It's not a good game.
It is a good
It's not
game.
a. You know what's a good game? Here's a good game. 309 yards for 3 touchdowns. That's a good game. 348 yards for 3 touchdowns. That's a good game. 350 yards for 4 touchdowns. That's a good game. 230
that's
yards.
More than a good game. That's
what I expect from a top 5 quarterback that you call. I don't expect.
He didn't turn the ball over. His team blew the team.
Yo, man, I'm
out.
not trying to
They
hear
won.
that. I'm not trying to hear that, Steve.
He played to his offensive strength. They was running the ball.
How about
well.
this? Is this a good
What do you
game?
want them to do? Keep passing and they got 160.
Hold up.
3
I
yards
got
rushing?
you. I got you right here, bro. I got you right here, man. He went 27 for 43. It's about 63% percentage. 260 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. They beat Miami. Is that a good game?
No.
I know it's not a good game. So don't give
And
me.
he turned the rock over. He didn't turn the rock over this game.
Yo, man, he didn't have a Russell Wilson-esque game.
He did because he controlled the game. They controlled the game running.
Okay, how about
You gotta
this?
look at it like that.
He had 243 yards and 1 touchdown. He had 115 quarterback rating. Is that a good game?
Yes, with your 115 quarterback rating, that shows that that's a good game. What
Man,
are you
shut
talking
up.
about?
All right, shut up.
What do you mean, man?
Shut up.
You sound idiotic.
Wilson is not top 3, Timmy. You shut up too.
Timmy, we was good right there, bro.
Sit your ass down,
He
Timmy.
ain't top 3. He top 5, bro. He ain't top 3.
Top 5 is still arguable.
No, it's not. He's top 5.
All right, man.
Top 3, no. Top.
So after your AB pick, before we went on this rant,
Yeah.
who you got after AB?
So I'm gonna go AB.
Right.
Who else we got here?
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out like what money wise as well, like how you could do it if you want.
I was about to say you need the games up
for the team. So you're gonna have to get I'll say get Devontae Adams. I like Adams.
I think a lot of people are gonna be on Devontae just because Nelson's out.
And that's cool. Or you go Cobb. You can go Cobb.
Okay.
Because he's not gonna be.
I wonder if they put Montgomery out there.
I think he will play. Montgomery,
No, I mean like line him up as a receiver. Yeah.
He can play because they down. So you could definitely put Ty Montgomery in as a receiver.
All right, so
He has that, he has that versatility. So I'm going, like I said, Antonio Brown.
I'll tell you right now. Brown's 9,600. Julio's 8,400. Baldwin is 8,100. Adams is 7K. Adelman 68. Daz is 66. Hopkins is 58. Cobb is 57.
I'll go Daz too then.
Okay. Tyreek Hill is 55. You got Beasley at 5K.
Let me scratch that. I'm not going Daz. Get Daz out of here. Give me Hill.
Mitchell's out.
If you already go Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, you already paying over $8,000 right there.
Look out for that boy Allison too. I think he might
show up. Yeah.
He might show up, and so will Gabriel. I think Seattle has problems with quick receivers for your budget moves.
Yeah.
And then tight end, you got Kelsey at 6,100, Graham's at 4,900.
I'm going Graham. I'll take Graham.
Michael Bennett is at 4K, and you got Cook at 3,900, and Fedora is
Don't get that many looks though.
yeah, Fedora's is at 36. Hooper is at 2,900, and Witten's at 35. Jesse James is at 2,800.
Yeah, he don't get that many looks either. I mean, if you want to go, I think Witten might have a good game.
Yeah,
And he's for the love.
he's super check down, man.
Yeah.
But he could end up with like 8 or 10 catches for like 60 yards, maybe a touchdown.
Maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, maybe a touchdown.
Yeah. And defenses.
Man, Timmy, go to sleep, man.
What Timmy said.
He's still talking about goddamn Russell Wilson, man. He loved Russell Wilson too, man.
Timmy, man, I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that.
Man, get out of here.
Can't keep talking down on that guy.
I like Russell Wilson too. And let's not get it twisted.
No, you don't, man.
I just don't think he's as good as everybody say he is. But he has proven me wrong a lot. I'll put it like that because he's had some. I think it was last year. He had a run there that nobody seen coming, and he just destroyed it. He had 13 touchdowns in 3 games.
Him and Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, going nuts. And he has eye-popping games. I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. I think you have a very good argument that he could be number 5. But, that's for another show and another time. So I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Enjoy your night. Be safe. It's going to get cold as hell in a little bit, man, so bundle up.
Peace.
Super Bowl chance, man. Get out of here, man.
Who, Seattle?
Timmy, catch me on the next show for the better, baby. We out of here.